Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Josephine and on this channel we talk about fragrances. Today's video is about 4 fragrances for life. So these are 4 perfumes that to my eyes are a 10 out of 10. These are feminine fragrances that I wear on a regular basis and one is appropriate for each season of the year. So this is a tagged video that has been going on for a while. I was tagged by Smelly Cat, so thank you for tagging me. I'll link his channel down below. And let's get right on into the video. So first off, I wanted to say that I am a huge fan of switching up your fragrance wardrobe depending on the season. So I really enjoy wearing fresher scents in the summer and then sweeter, more gourmandy scents in the winter. And I actually sort of self-impose or refrain myself from wearing fragrances that I usually wear in the winter to not wear them during the summertime. Sometimes I do because ultimately, fragrance is about the mood that you're in and you should be able to do whatever you want with them. But for me, I kind of impose this on me so that whenever I revisit them back in the fall or in the summertime, I get excited again with my fragrances. And it's kind of like having a fresh wardrobe of clothes. So when you go back to your winter clothes, or in my case, I love going back to my summer clothes, it makes me really happy because I haven't seen them in like half of the year. That is how I see fragrances as well. So let's begin with the summer fragrance. Because we're in summer, it is my favorite season, and I have a fantastic 10 out of 10 fragrance to share with you. And if you've watched my video on fragrances for women for the summertime, then you'll probably recognize this scent. So in the summer, we tend to wear fragrances that are lighter, fresher, for obvious reasons, to feel refreshed and clean in a really hot day. Ingredients that we're usually drawn to are citruses, aromatics like lavender, basil, thyme, anything that is really fresh and uplifting, as well as fresh florals. And on the other end of the spectrum, you can have sweeter fragrances that have more of a balmy, solar, tropical escape feel with like coconut and exotic flowers. So I am more drawn to the second part of this ingredient list with balmy, solar and exotic florals. I like to wear a feminine fragrance in the summer that basically takes me on a beach holiday. Like I need to feel that I'm going on holiday constantly in the summer, even if I can't. And so a fragrance that does this for me is Hibiscus Palm by Erin. This is just a glorious, exotic, really opulent and intoxicating floral fragrance that is just a masterpiece. Like this is my favorite Erin perfume, and if there was only one that I would recommend getting, like just one, it would be Hibiscus Palm. So it has a fantastic association between frangipani and ylang ylang, which are both exotic flowers that exude a creamy, also slightly fruity and velvety feel that will really take you to that beach with a cocktail in hand, you have a book and you're tanning and life is wonderful. So literally this is what this fragrance does to me personally. And there's also a little bit of coconut milk in here and musks. So it adds again that holiday tropical vibe, which I just adore. This perfume gets me a ton of compliments as well. In terms of performance, it is a very good performer. It has an incredible sillage. So the sillage is like the scent trail that people will smell if you walk past them, as well as fantastic tenacity. So it will last on your skin for several hours. So that was Hibiscus Palm by Erin. And the next season is autumn. And personally, in terms of fragrance, I prefer the colder months because it means that you can wear your woodier, spicier, warmer, more gourmand fragrances for these colder months. So these fragrances tend to be really cozy and inviting and are very much feel-good perfumes. So for that season, one of the fragrances that I just really enjoy wearing is TARDES by CARNER. So CARNER is a niche fragrance brand that actually is very good in terms of doing your sweeter gourmand fragrances, but that stay relatively fresh and complex as well, but also is easy to understand. So you're not going to go overboard on niche. And TARDES is just like an incredible fragrance. I was smelling all these fragrances the other day and I was thinking to myself, like, if I just had one perfume to take with me for the rest of my life, I think it would be this one, TARDES, because it is a stunning scent. So, what does this perfume smell like? Well, it is a fantastic floral almond perfume, and it has that almondy note that's powdery and that comforting feel, but it's also a very sensual and very womanly type of perfume. I think this would work also really well on a date, so not necessarily just for like everyday wear, but it has that really sensual factor about this fragrance. So there's heliotrope in this perfume, as well as rose, cedarwood, and tonka bean. So that tonka bean is what makes this fragrance incredibly addictive, and so it is soft and inviting and you know, lightly sweet, but at the same time it has that power and that sexiness from this fragrance. And the way that I've described this perfume in the past is it smells of the scent of plastic dolls. So, you know, the head of plastic dolls, that sweet, powdery, almondy scent, that's what it smells like, but not made in a soft or too sweet way. This is, as I mentioned earlier, a very sensual perfume. And some of you guys have tried it and have loved it, which makes me so happy because, yeah, it is one of my favorite fragrances. So that was TARDES by CARNER. Moving into winter, and for winter I have to say the choice was quite challenging because I was hesitating between two fragrances, and then ultimately I decided to choose the one that I'm most drawn to as of recently and that I wear the most. So it is Angélique Noire by Guerlain, and the fragrance I was hesitating with is Bal d'Afrique from Byredo, which is a stunning gourmand type of sweet type of vetiver fragrance, which I really love, but I think this one, Angélique Noire by Guerlain, is just going to topple that a little bit. So Angélique Noire by Guerlain is a very unusual gourmand perfume. So personally, with gourmand fragrances, I like them to be unusual. I enjoy them to have a little bit of a twist, and certainly this fragrance has that twist. So this is a green vanilla perfume, and the greenness comes from a really juicy pear that is paired with bergamot as well as angelica seeds, which add that touch of greenness, which is so unexpected for a vanilla fragrance. And it just blends beautifully with a very smooth and luxurious vanilla. The vanilla in here is extremely clean smelling and is fresh as well, so you're not going to get too much of a stickiness or toffee feel with this perfume. This fragrance is very womanly, it is very sexy as well, and a fragrance that you want to wear on special occasions. It feels extremely luxurious, and it is part of the higher end collection from Guerlain, which, by the way, if you haven't smelt, put your nose on a few of these fragrances because they are just beautiful blends and celebrate beautiful ingredients within perfumery. So Angélique Noire, fantastic vanilla fragrance. Highly recommend you check that one out. And finally, onto spring. It may be a little bit cliche, but I personally enjoy fresh florals during the springtime. And the one fragrance that I just adore, is amazing, is Un Jardin sur la Lagune by Hermes. I've talked about this a lot as well. This is a newer release from the Jardin series from Hermes, and it is an eau de toilette. Now, being an eau de toilette, this lasts a really long time. It is incredible. It will last hours on your skin, and you will get an incredible sillage from this. It's pretty powerful. So this is a mineral, fresh floral perfume. It's definitely unusual. This is another sort of unusual fragrance, and it kind of goes away from the fresh, green, watery florals that you would typically find during the springtime. This plays with magnolia, which is creamy floral, and it is sprinkled with salt. And I mean crystalline salt. So it's not like a sea breeze type of fragrance. It's really like that saltiness, that crunchy salt crystal. And it creates something that is really sophisticated, beautifully lifted. There's also some woods in here, but this is definitely a very feminine feminine floral fragrance. And as with a lot of the Hermes fragrances, this perfume is very elegant. It is super sophisticated and will really bring your look together. I personally enjoy wearing this if I'm wearing like a summery floral dress. I think it works very well. This is a fragrance that you can wear during the springtime during the day. It can also transition for the nighttime, but perhaps for a more casual and laid back setting. So that was Un Jardin sur la Lagune by Hermes. And this concludes my video today. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye!